The violation against the press in Syria. The Syrian Center for Journalistic Freedoms in the Syrian Journalists Association documented 1,464 violations against the press in Syria from 2011 until the end of September 2022. In terms of the type of violation, the numbers of the deaths who have been killed, 464 killings. The number of the injuries and the victim under tortures, 362 violations. Arrests, detentions, and kidnapping cases, 388 violations. Media centers and institutions, 130 violations. Other violations, 120 violations. In terms of the side that is responsible for the following violations: the Syrian regime, 621 violations. The Democratic Union Party, PYD, 161 violations. Tahrir al-Sham, 145 violations. The Syrian opposition, 121 violations. The Islamic State, ISIS, 139 violations. The Russian forces, 64 violations. The unidentified parties reported 137 violations. The Turkish authorities, 32 violations. The Lebanese authorities reported 11 violations. The Jordanian authorities reported 5 violations, and the other parties 28 violations. In terms of category and gender, males 1,288 violations, female 46 violations, media institutions and centers reported 130 violations. The violations outside Syria against the Syrian journalists and media workers. 63 violations were documented. 21 were committed by the Turkish authorities, and 11 were killed by the Lebanese authorities, while ISIS was responsible for the death of 9 journalists and media workers, including the killing of the 5 media workers, the injury and the beating of the 15 workers in the media sector, in addition to the arrest of the 26 journalists. The violations against the foreign journalists in Syria. 74 violations against foreign journalists were documented in Syria, including 14 violations in 2012, and the same in 2015. As well, in 2013 witnessed 13 violations. In 2014 witnessed 9 violations, while in 2019 8 of the violations have been documented. 20 cases of killing against foreign journalists were committed in Syria. The Syrian regime was responsible for 7 cases. The Islamic State, ISIS, were responsible for them as well too. Were responsible for the remaining 6 cases were unknown. The most responsible party for the violations against foreign journalists was the Syrian regime, with 21 violations out of the total number, followed by the Islamic State, ISIS, with 19 violations.